What's going on, people of the internet? My name's Denny or Denny Cigarette, and today I got a special video for you guys. We're going to be doing the Christmas special today, because I will not be uploading on Christmas, for obvious reasons. Sorry about no upload yesterday. Had some personal shit going on, but I appreciate all the support recently. Last video did amazing, 300 views within 2 days. Can't believe it, It really is a blessing and a gift to have all you guys in a community that I am really happy with. I've been talking to quite a few of you guys in the Discord server. By the way, please join the Discord server. It's in the description and in the pinned comment. And just getting to know all of you and you guys getting to talk to me. I really do try to interact with you guys. I'm in the VC a lot in the Discord server. I'm talking to people in general and everything like that. So once again, if you want to join, if you want to become part of the cigarette cult, go ahead and join that. Two other things we're going to be talking about. Number one, there are drug test kits in the description. As always, please buy them. If you do drugs, they can 100% save your life or another person. And also, please drop a sub. Please drop a like. It really helps me, you know what I mean? It is what it is, right? I got to do the shameless plugs real quick, but yeah. Anyways, without further ado, the story today is the time that I got sent to the ER on Christmas and got a catheter put in me while on DXM. This is one hell of a story, so I can't wait to get into it. Sorry for the chair, by the way. I guess I should have said in the intro, it's Denny Cigarette and his fucking annoying ass chair. But it's good, maybe one day if I get monetized, I'll be able to buy another fucking chair. It's good. But anyways, let's get into the story. So, I was in juvie at this time. I got arrested August 2nd of 2023. And I got out this year, May 22nd. Well, I got out April 22nd, went to rehab for a month. And then May 22nd is when I officially was home. But my juvenile hall where I'm at has these things called TRs. They're timed releases, temporary releases, something like that. And it's basically either once you get to the end of your sentence, or special things like Christmas, and actually that's it. I'm pretty sure they only let you go fucking Christmas if you don't have your program nearly completed. Anyways, so there's two different statuses or three different statuses in fucking juvie. There's normal status, gray fucking shirt. You get job status, which is you have a purple shirt, and you have honor status, which is a green shirt. And depending on which status you have, you get a longer TR. So I believe gray only got an 8-hour TR. Purple got 16, and I got a 24-hour, full 24. I got picked up Christmas Eve and got to wake up on Christmas morning. But anyways, so I honestly, I was not taking the program they had for me in juvie seriously whatsoever. I was really just trying to get out. I had already been there 4 or 5 months, and I was tired of it, right? And all that was on my mind was I want to get high one more time before I have to go back here and complete my 30-day fucking program. And so anyways, TR rolls around. I say goodbye to all my buddies. Say I'll see you in a little bit. I get driven home by my dad. We're chatting it up. It is what it is, right? I'm telling him about how juvie is, how and I'm kind of just taking shit in. You know what I mean? Because after 5 months of not number one, not having fucking music, that was the big thing. And thank God, my fucking dad brought me my AirPods and let me use his phone to listen to music. That was a godsend. You don't understand how good music sounds once you get out of somewhere where you don't have it. The beats, the vocals, the mid tempos, the highs and mids, they all sound so fucking clear, and you to really take it for fucking granted, But anyways, so I get home, and my idea, because I remembered before I fucking left, like got arrested, I had a whole bottle of Delsum in my in our medicine cabinet, and I was like, oh, who the fuck would touch that over, like, how many, like, we have so many different, like, Mucinex, things like that. Why the fuck would someone have the Delsum of all things? So I'm chatting it up with my family and all that. Like, they hadn't seen me in a long time, at least in person, where you can hug, kiss, all that shit, right? And my birth mom was there. That is what it is. I'm not gonna go into her that much, but fucking anyways. So we we get done conversating. I sit in my room and I'm kind of just like, I'm taking it in once again. It had been so long since I've been in my room, and it's just like it was a reminder that, like, damn, the world does move on without, like, you being there. Like, things continue without you being there, and it was really eye opening. Because I never really thought about how much shit would change until that day, like when I went there, and it kind of realized, like, oh fuck, like this shit, like, shit's changed. You know what I mean? Like, my room smelled different. Fucking, it had been completely cleaned. I looked out, they had, like, new carpets, they had new fucking, like, everything. You know what I mean? My little brother looked fucking like old, like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like it's such a weird feeling, but. Anyways, so I go ahead, I go to the medicine cabinet, I look for the Delsum, and I find it, and I go to drink some of it, and I get, like, just this tiny little spoonful in my mouth, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then I realize, like, it's completely, like, goddamn near empty. So I went ahead and fucking, like, I was like, all right, fuck this shit. There's got to be something else. And the only other DXM I found was the Mucinex, like, I think Max DMs or something like that. It's 60 milligrams dextromethorphan to 1,200 milligrams of guaifenesin, which is not a fucking, please don't do this. Please. I ended up in the ER because of this. Please do not fucking do this. And also, at the time, I was prescribed hydroxyzine. The medication I reviewed on my channel. And they gave me 2 tablets to take home. So I had popped both of those immediately before I drank the Delsum. And I was listening to music, just fucking vibing, and I was just popping 1 Mucinex, 2 Mucinex, 3 Mucinex, 4 Mucinex, like, just shit load, like, multiple fucking, like, tablets of Mucinex. I'm pretty sure I ate, like, fucking, like, I want to say, like, 8 to 10 fucking huge tablets of 60 milligrams dextromethorphan, and I was fucked. Like, when I got into the car, like, okay, the high, I don't even remember much of the high, like in my house. All I remember is me, like, walking around, like, dancing to fucking music. I do that a lot. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I go around and just, like, dance to music in my own house. Fucking, you're weird if you don't. Matter of fact, you're weird if you don't. Yeah, so I remember, but what I distinctly fucking remember was the car ride there, and me just thinking in my head, like, oh, I'm fucked. I was looking out, and, like, up to the place where I go, it's like a huge fucking forest. It's like an hour and a half drive through this fucking, like, huge thick forest. And I was, like, looking, and I was having, like, deliriant visuals. Like, I'm seeing people, like, right in front of the fucking car. Like, there's, I don't even know how to fucking describe some of it. It was, like, it looked like it was day out, but I knew it was, like, pitch blackout. You know what I mean? And it got scary. But I was still, like, I was so dissociated and, like, unable to think that I, like, genuinely, like, thought, like, okay, we're going back into daylight, right? I remember also that I thought my dad knew. Like, I was having really paranoid thoughts that he knew that I was on something. And he didn't. He really didn't. But I genuinely, like, I was sitting there and I'm like, damn, this guy knows. And he started laughing at something. And it wasn't me, but I was like, yeah, well, you can just say you know it. And he didn't say anything, and I'm like, oh, he fucking knows. Turns out he didn't, and I didn't say anything to him. I had just imagined I said something to him. So that was cool to find out. I guarantee you this was a highly toxic dose, whatever I took, and especially with the guaifenesin. Fucking there's one other cough syrup I fucking drank. I don't know what it was, but it contained like some type of antihistamine, something like that too. Like I just did any fucking over the counter DXM I could get my hands on. Do not do this. Like the stupidest fucking thing you could do in the world, and I guarantee you this caused like long lasting brain damage. So anyways, we're driving down. I'm getting like I'm scared because I figure he knows, and then we get there and he's like, all right, get out of the car. So I get out. I fucking like realized like, oh fuck, like I was robo walking like really bad. Like I had to like look down and watch where my feet were going because I couldn't feel where I was stepping. And I like slowly waddled my way in. And anyway, so I enter the building, and this cool guy, a cool staff that I really liked, the PO there, or probation officer. We don't have it in the juvie I'm at. We don't have correctional officers. We have probation. Like I don't even know how to fucking describe it. They're probation officers, but they're not. They like work with probation in the juvenile hall. That's it though. They're not like in the field actively fucking like working with kids and adults and things like that. But they can get to that point if they keep working there though. But anyways, so I see Adrian, and fucking Adrian is, I think he could already tell what's up. I fucking switched out my clothes and I start walking forward. I'm like having to like slowly, like my legs are like bum, 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 like slowly but surely. I'm just staring him dead in the fucking face. And he starts laughing. He says, dude, what are you staring at? He was really cool. He came to work with like fucking new Jordans. He was a shoe collector. He had also previously been to juvie, so he was one of the cool POs there. Like he's been through some of the same shit that we have and stuff like that. He's had friends overdose and things. You know what I mean? He gets it, right? And he kind of started to put together that I was not there. Real quick, because I really wasn't. There's no way around it. I was slurring my fucking words all over the place. Staring people in their faces because they looked weird. And once I sat down at like it's kind of an intake area. It's kind of not. They also like drug test you there when you get back. And this is where the hospital trip comes into play, because I was sitting there at this fucking there's this little like brick bench in intake, and I was sitting there, and all right, he's like, all right, we're gonna have to drug test you, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, I can pee. And then I grab it and I try to pee, nothing comes out. Okay, that's bad. So I go waddle like a penguin over to the fucking over to the bench again, sit down. I'm talking to him, and he's like, bro, did you take anything? I'm like, no. He's like, dude, you could just be honest with me, dude. You don't have to lie to me. I said, nope, I did not take anything. I don't know why I'm being like this. And looking back at it, what's crazy is if I did actual DXM without all the fucking guaifenesin or anything, they would have never known. Because fucking, like, it doesn't show up on a drug test. And that's why I did it in the first place. And guess what? When they finally did fucking UA me at the hospital, it didn't show up. So if I just wasn't such a fucking idiot and decided to use the random over-the-counter medications instead of the fucking Delsum, I would have been fine. Regardless, though, so me and him are, we're kind of bickering back and forth. He starts telling me a story about how his friend fucking overdosed and all this, and I'm like, yeah, man, that's fucking sad. Unfortunately, I'm sober right now. Just bullshitting him, and fucking so he's kind of getting mad. He keeps giving me water. I keep drinking the fucking water. I keep trying to pee, this and that. And eventually, like 3 fucking hours goes by, and I'm still not even able to pee. And the thing is like I can tell I need to. You know what I mean? Like it like hurts. I can tell like something needs to fucking come out. You know what I mean? But I just couldn't. And the hallucinations were starting to get fucking scary. Like I'm seeing spiders. I'm seeing fucking like I like straight up I should have been ego deathing at that point. And I'll get to that because Anyways, I fucking go. So like after I'm like okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. If you don't drug test by a certain time, like by the time you get back from your TR, they give you a violation of probation, VOP. And technically, you are on probation when you're in the juvenile hall I'm at. Hold on, let me hit my vape. So, So, anyways, I get VOP'd. I was really trying to avoid it. I literally couldn't, right? They just figured that I was trying to bullshit the test, right? Which I was, but I literally couldn't pee. And the thing is they shut off the water to my fucking cell to see if I would be able, if I was lying and that I would pee in there, right? Like later. So I fucking, I actually did. I tried to pee and I kept realizing, oh shit, I'm not peeing. You know what I mean? And so they finally brought me to my cell. I go and fucking lay down and like try and go to bed, and I realize I'm fucked. Like I'm seeing like people in my fucking like I don't know what dose I did, but I'm really shocked that I didn't just fucking die. I looked over it's a pretty small cell, you know what I mean? But I'm like looking up at the walls. There's spider webs. There's spiders crawling on it. I'd close my eyes and I'd see like these godly figures of like pure aura and light, like full on, like it was like weird as fuck, and it terrified me, hella. So eventually I fucking caved in. I knocked on my door as hard as I could. I hit the emergency button that they have. They have like this little like speaker and a button next to it for emergencies that you can press. And I couldn't really mumble anything out besides hospital. And they're like, did you take anything? And the fucking thing is, in this moment, if I said no, I would have been completely fine. And I didn't know that because they had no fucking proof at all that I had taken something at this point. All they had to go off of, and the thing is, I have a history of seizures, like partial seizures, and a bunch of medical problems, right? So it's not far-fetched to think that I could have been having a neurological problem, but I was so far gone, I didn't even think about that. So I just said, yeah, I took DX, like, I not like that, I just said, like, DXM. And, of course, Adrian being Adrian, the cool PO he is, he knew exactly what it was, and he said, damn, bro, you're really gonna throw away your whole fucking program for a DXM trip, a robo trip? And I couldn't communicate with him, but it hit me in the head. I'm like, fuck, bro, I really just did. Like, I'm fucked after this. So, but I was just worried about dying because at this point, like, the shit I was seeing, I was, like, really concerned I was getting serotonin syndrome and I would just fucking die in the cell if they didn't do anything about it, you know? So fucking, about, like, 30 minutes goes by and this guy, I don't know. We're not going to give him a name. A fucking, like, piece of shit PO drives me to the fucking hospital at fucking, I don't even know what hour, like 11 p.m. at night. Everyone's supposed to be in their rooms by 9:30, so 11 p.m.'s like, you know, they're supposed to just be able to sit around and not do shit. But, so anyways, I get fucking taken to the ER, right? And this is where fuck shit happens because I was handcuffed with my hands behind my back all the way to the ER. And then, you know, they take my vitals and everything, and I'm like mumbling, I'm like, pee, I need to pee. And they're like, okay. And then they take me to the bathroom. I try and go. Hold on, my chair. I try and go. I can't. I physically can't. It's starting to really fucking hurt. And you can see a visible, like, lump where my bladder is. And even they could, and they were really concerned. So what they did was, I don't know if it was I think it was an ultrasound. What they did, they like put like fucking like cream on my, like, where my bladder would be, and they stuck this device on it to kind of like probe it, which I think is an ultrasound, like kind of how they look at fucking like babies in women's wombs, right? And they realized, they're like, oh shit, like your fucking bladder's about to like fucking pop. And, like, it's about to go up to your kidneys, you know what I mean? This could cause, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't remember exactly what they said, but basically, like, I could die any moment. So they fucking, and this is the fuck shit that happens, bro. So they fucking take off my pants, right? Like I'm butt naked in front of this PO, handcuffs behind me. And these fucking people insert a catheter into me in front of the PO while he's watching me butt naked with my handcuffs behind my back. And all I gotta say is these hospitals are into some fucking kinky shit, bro. Sign me up again. Fuck. But nah, that shit sucked. You know, and I like finally like pee was coming out, like they got it, and there was a little blood in it and all that, because my bladder wall like kind of teared a little bit from the pressure. And you know, they just kept collecting it, and eventually I fall asleep. I don't remember that, but I fall asleep. I wake up, and there's fucking another officer there I really fucked with. You know, and me and her start talking about like my future and shit like that. I'm still high as a kite. You know, like the drug, like this was the whole next day, and I'm still fucking like blasted. Like my vision's like spinning. I'm dissociated. You know, normal DXM high. Like this was like a probably plateau. Like whatever I was at there, it was like probably a plateau 4. Like we're getting to like fucking plateau sigma right there. What I'm at now, what I was at the next morning, probably plateau 2, maybe like low 3, and you know, I was just talking to her, and because I was so dissociated and like introspective, I really like thought about it. I'm like, fuck, I can't keep doing this shit, bro. Like, this was so fucking stupid. Like, now I'm gonna have to do another 6 months in this bitch just because I, you know, couldn't last another fucking 35 days. Anyways, so I eventually like I get out, I come back, and this is the final part I want to talk about. Because of what I did, I ended up getting a violation of probation on 4 different counts. I ended up getting an $11,000 hospital bill, and I had to stay there. I had to stay in the juvie another 120 days while I awaited rehab, and another 30 days for the rehab, so about 150 days. Highly don't recommend. And I fucking ruined Christmas because my family had to hear that, oh, your son overdosed after he came back from your fucking house. So, you know, I like I said, I'm a pretty fucking like open and raw person. And I try and be as authentic as I can with this and like say all the bad and stuff. But I really want to emphasize, like, especially with this story, it's like how avoidable all this would have been with harm reduction practices, or even just not fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it was such a stupid thing, like doing DXM for one fucking night. So what, I can stay up all night hallucinating once I get back to fucking juvie? Like, dude, it just didn't, like, that is literally the addict's mind. But anyways, all I'm saying is, like, just be careful, guys. You know, this shit's, like, addiction will kill a motherfucker real easily, you know? I definitely could have died that night if I hadn't said something. You know what I mean? Like, I could have just let the pee build, my bladder pop, and I could have definitely died. But, you know, it is what it is. We're still alive. We're kicking. So, but anyways, I hope you all have a good one. Please, once again, drop a sub, drop a like. I know most of you don't make it past this point in my videos, but if you did, hello. You know, fucking hey. But I hope you all have a good day. Deuces.